Penguin Random House Audio presents If You're So Smart, Why Aren't You Happy? This is the author, Raj Raghunathan. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies. Or being hated, don't give way to hating. And yet, don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son. Rudyard Kipling. Forward. What does it take to lead a happy and fulfilling life? Over the past 4 decades, I have had the privilege of working with over 150 CEOs, including Alan Mulally, CEO of the Year when he was at Ford, Dr. Jim Kim, President of the World Bank, and Ian Reid, CEO of Pfizer. At Johnson & Johnson, I did a huge leadership development project involving Ralph Larson, then CEO, and their top 2,000 leaders. Every single one of the leaders whom I've taught or coached has pondered this question. And since you're listening to this book, I'll assume that you too have spent considerable time on it. The answer to the question, it turns out, is both a little simpler and a little more complicated than you might think. It's simpler because, ultimately, it doesn't take that much more than what you already have to be happy. As you'll learn towards the end of this book, beyond basic necessities and adequate health, it takes just 3 things to be happy. Great social relationships, a sense of purpose, doing something meaningful, and a positive attitude towards life. An attitude that lets you feel a sense of being in control even in challenging times. That's all it takes to be happy. The answer to what it takes to be happy is a little more complicated than that for 3 reasons. First, being the smart and successful person that you aren't going to be satisfied with knowing just what it takes to be happy. You will also want to know why it takes these things to be happy. That makes the answer more complicated because figuring out the answer to the why question means delving deep into happiness research, which takes work. Second, as I know from personal experience, and as I've discussed in my book Triggers, simply knowing what it takes to be happy and why isn't enough. It's also important to know how you're going to achieve those things that you need to be happy. You need to have a plan that will work. And then
Sample complete. Ready to continue?